Yo, 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 yo. It's another podcast with your boys, Bill, James, and Tig'S. Excellent Adventure. Episode 22. This week, we're going to talk about
the NFL top 10 players voted by the players.
Oh, yeah, and the NBA's BET Awards. We're going to be rocking out with our cocks out, baby. It's episode 22. Like and subscribe, you bitch, you.
Days I'm going to be able to not. We just sit around and smoke that blunt with you.
I doubt it.
It's going to be great.
Where are you going?
I got to
Where
go.
have you been going after this?
Got to go meet my girl after this. Today I have to meet my girl after this. Yesterday I was meeting for that short that we got
I
done.
just leave Sarah hanging. I tell Sarah I'm coming, and then I just don't come over.
Yeah. My relationship doesn't work like that.
Man, that's his sister. He knows it doesn't work like that. But she'll be over here. Like, you ever made it from Culver City to Highland Park in 20 minutes?
No.
Sarah can. That's right! That's right!
I keep any of that in.
It's another fucking podcast! Yes, that's right, it's your boys, Bill, James, and Tig'S. Excellent Adventure. And we are on episode
Deuces.
That's right, it's the number one podcast in the motherfucking nation, the world, and all of the motherfucking universe, you spunky bitch, you. Get your ass up, like, subscribe, and do the jig.
The comment jig.
The comment jig. Put it in your ear.
Put it in your ear.
That was very exciting.
It was.
Unlike
what's going on.
this week of sports.
Thank God for the big three.
Well, I feel like
we should talk about that.
Chris Anderson's block. Did you see that block?
No, I only saw Nasty Nate highlights.
Robinson
That's
going
all I saw was Nasty Nate's.
The game I'm talking about was the day before.
Oh, no.
Oh, and I saw Ron Artest get cooked on defense.
Ron Artest is in the big three?
And he's not good.
Wait, who's Ron Artest?
He's been
You mean
Meta.
Oh, that guy.
Meta's been in China,
That's true.
and they're not as fast over there, athletic, not even as athletic as 40-year-olds. So you're seeing
that was really mean to call Chinese
I'm sorry.
athletes.
When was the last Chinese nationalist player that you saw come over to the NBA and athletically dominate the NBA? Or actually just when's the last player since Yao Ming? When was the last player since Yao Ming?
No, the guy after. Yeah, there was another
Lin?
one. That was
from Phoenix?
No. Another tall guy. It's pretty recent.
No, it's not good. He's not good though. I'm talking about dominate the league.
Before Yao Ming, it was Wang Zhizhi on the Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas Mavericks, maybe he can bop that three. He put that three. He couldn't play no D, so he sat on the B.
Mm-hmm. That was when
he played guard and forward.
That was when, he was ahead of his time.
He was guard the bench, and he was looking forward to play.
Jianlian.
Yi Jianlian.
Fucking Laker for
that
5
guy,
games.
Yeah.
That guy. That was the guy afterwards.
You talking about the guy who's on a 5-day contract or on a 10-day contract, made it 5 days?
Yeah.
No, we're not giving him. Yes, like I said, they're slow. They're slow over there, man, and even the big ones, they're even slower because, they just not as athletic. As bigger you get, the less athletic you are usually.
Well, and it's not just Chinese playing on the Chinese teams. It's a lot of people who didn't make it in the NBA.
Right, a lot of Russians that didn't make it in the Russian league. It's players from all over the world playing in different leagues these days.
Yeah, who is the guy that went over there and was like league?
Stephon Marbury.
Oh, Marbury,
bruh.
They have a statue of him.
They have a statue. He's won championships over there.
That's
He's
crazy.
the MVP of the world over there.
That's so funny.
Fuck Kevin Durant's mom.
Steph Marbury.
She ain't the real MVP. Stephen Marbury's the real MVP. That's what they saying over there in China, man. There's 3 athletes that's big over there. 4. The 4 biggest is like this: Michael Jordan, Yao Ming, Kobe Bryant, and Stephon Marbury.
Wow. Do you think LeBron James is on that list at all?
I don't think he does. He doesn't go over there.
He's not. He's not on that list.
He doesn't make those trips.
He only made the trip when they went to the Olympics. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Yeah, he doesn't go over there for that.
Kobe went over there like every summer his past few years to like stake his claim. And
that's how he became the sponsor for Korean Air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't see my shit-eating Korean Air smile.
That's a good one.
Korea Air. Yeah, it's here for you. I got it. Look.
Spokesman right here.
I'm waiting on the check. I'm waiting on the check. Korea Air, I've been waiting on you, baby. I've been waiting on you. So, I just want to go ahead and start off with the NFL. We're going to go kick it in real quick. We're going to start off real somber. It's been a real terrible week for sports this week. But last week was a little bit worse because we found out in the dead of night,
Oh my
like
God.
3 o'clock in the morning, wiping the crust out of my eyes, that Jameis Winston 2 fucking years ago groped a fucking Uber driver because he can't keep his goddamn hands to himself. And the NFL is just now releasing this, what was it, Friday morning, Thursday morning?
Yeah.
That they're going to possibly suspend him.
Yeah, so what?
And now, yesterday morning, Monday morning, they came out with some information that they have the NFL has acquired new information that may cause his suspension to be more games.
So was he lying about who was in the car with him, and then his boys were like, fuck that dude, man. I wasn't in that car. And
Yes.
his boys just threw him under the bus because he was trying to throw his boys under the bus?
Yes.
That's just fucked up, man.
Now, also though, do they have video of this?
They don't have video of it. They have corroborating witnesses.
Ah, okay.
His like friends or
Because his
Wait, his
friends
friends were in the car.
No, his friends are. See, what happens is when you are actually innocent of something, people listen very carefully to this. Listeners, we don't want you going to jail. We need you to listen to the podcast.
please, we can't afford any of you going to jail.
Cannot
Please.
fucking afford any of you dropping off the face of the earth. Okay.
Yeah, we need every one of you.
If you're ever accused of something like this, and your lawyer is involved, or your work is involved, or whatever, please don't ever try to excuse away a possible violation of the law, because all that does is make you seem more fucking guilty. If you didn't do it, then you just say, I didn't do it.
Exactly.
That sounds like a terrible thing for someone to done, and I never would have done that.
It's what Johnny Manziel and R. Kelly did. Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
That's not me.
I don't know what the fuck he is talking. You better pull an Ezekiel Elliott. I don't know. I don't know. And Jameis Winston is such an idiot.
So stupid.
I'm going out on this limb really hard on him because I myself am from Birmingham, Alabama. Jameis Winston is from Birmingham, Alabama. And I feel like he represents us terribly. I have to remind people who is from Birmingham, Alabama, Charles Barkley, Bo Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I could name some baseball players that nobody would know. Gucci Mane. That's not an upstanding citizen. But,
That's good. Anyways.
it was good, and then it fell off.
Yeah.
But there are outstanding people from Birmingham.
Yeah.
Outstanding football players from Birmingham that have given and contributed to society very well. Jameis Winston, I'm so fucking sick and tired of him. I have never wanted a black man to be locked up for anything, but this nigga needs to lose his job at least or something.
I've never been a fan of James Winston.
Never. I've never been. I have to go out on
As a football player.
Caveat
As a
that.
football player.
Yeah,
I've
as a
never been
football
fan.
player.
I've never been a fan.
Yeah,
of
he's
him.
not that good.
We've never been fans on this show.
I feel like everyone's waiting for him to be what they thought he was going to be, and he's never hit that point. And like, when are you going to be like, hey,
Be a number one pick.
we have to move on. We have to
be a
move
two.
on. We've given you Mike Evans. You have Mike Evans there.
Had Deshaun Jackson.
You have Deshaun Jackson.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Because to your point, they're waiting on him to be this and this and that. Jameis Winston is a perfect example of what Charles Barkley says a lot of the time. We will We will massage all of the rules for somebody we like.
Vincent Jackson over there too.
For somebody we like, we'll switch. We'll change the stars and the moon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, we'll ignore every goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. To your point, they just see something that they like in Jameis Winston, that he's buzzworthy. He's gonna have headlines. He's gonna make headlines, positive or negative. That's what they care about. And to my point, I don't like players like that giving giving negative connotations to what it is to be a football player. It's already horrible connotations to be a black athlete. This motherfucker is running around perpetrating shit that a black football player definitely doesn't need right now. And how does this bitch have a job and Colin Kaepernick does not? Fuck, look at the goddamn numbers. This bitch can't throw the fucking football down the field.
No. Did you guys watch the hard knocks that he was on?
Yeah.
Nah, I refuse to watch that.
God. Like
I refuse to watch it.
I knew he was a dumb quarterback before that.
Exactly.
And then after Hard Knocks, it was just on another level of just a fucking idiot. Like the worst thing that could have ever happened to him was Hard Knocks, because he came off as the biggest fucking idiot when he was like, "Yeah, I gotta get used to knowing what down it is."
Oh my God.
This is a professional quarterback that has to get used to
Also,
remembering what down it is, because I forget what down it is sometimes.
I gotta give him a pass on that, only because Jared Goff had some blunders on his. Every quarterback has shit like that. That's why I hate Hard Knocks. If I was a fan of the team that Hard Knocks gets,
I haven't let Jared Goff off the hook yet. He was a part of a great offensive system last year. I need to see him actually play a few years consistently like that. I still think he's a fucking idiot. But
this is what I'm saying. I think you can be an idiot
yeah,
and play the quarterback
Brett Favre's
position.
a fucking idiot.
No. Brett Favre's not an idiot.
As a person, he's an idiot.
No, he just
player.
makes some crazy decisions. Brett Favre is just crazy.
No,
One day we gotta
I
have
don't
an
think Brett
episode where
Favre's
we
a very
talk
smart
about
man. He's just
Brett.
Brett Favre's just a good quarterback. I don't think he's a very smart person.
No. He is. He just makes bad decisions. He's like 10 steps down from Jameis Winston. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, or 10 steps up, I should say.
I don't know. Like,
I was
his
gonna say-
brain is so mushy and so beat
No,
up.
you're talking about now. Man, Brett Favre used to be called Buckhead Brett. Okay?
Sounds like it sounds like a name you give someone that's really dumb.
Yeah, Buckhead.
No. Buckhead is a city in Atlanta. He was drafted by the Atlanta Falcons. And the reason people believe that his wife almost divorced him in the book that she wrote, she released the information that she almost divorced him.
Did you send his dick pics to everybody?
No, this was before cell phones, so
This is before
this
the
is before cell
capabilities
phones.
of
This
sending.
is when it was before.
Was he just putting it
pictures
up on like
cell
Windows
phones.
and stuff?
This is before pictures on cell phones.
Tap tap tap.
Buckhead
Sending
is a
Polaroids.
big ass rich fucking city in Atlanta, outside of Atlanta, Georgia. He was called Buckhead Brett because he run that shit. Run that shit. Run it. He's known as the biggest partying quarterback of all time. And guess what he was? The backup. He was the most popular quarterback in the city, and he was the backup. He didn't start a game.
Wait, are you saying is this in defense of him being intelligent? Or
Oh, yeah.
defense, like
It's
agreeing that he's an idiot.
Oh, it's being that he's intelligent. He's intelligent because guess what?
Has he partied a lot?
Not partied a lot. He ingratiated in the community. He got a nickname off the solid of just being solid.
Well,
this dude
listen, people can like idiots. Idiots can like work well with others.
No.
I just think
you can make bad decisions. You can be crazy. Brett Favre is the guy who like fucking drives his. He's the guy who's doing motocross shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make you an idiot. It just makes you crazy. You might be the smartest motherfucker in the room doing motocross. You just a little bit crazier than everybody else.
I don't know. I find it really hard to believe that Brett Favre was ever the smartest person in the room.
Was he wearing a helmet?
Smart guy. What, condoms? Yeah.
No.
Oh.
What?
You don't have no baby. You don't have-
Doing his, doing his motocross.
Oh no! I'm just saying. I'm just
Where did you
saying
go to
he didn't do motocross. I'm saying he's like a motocross guy.
I see.
It's like, do you think all of those guys are idiots? No. They're very fucking smart guys.
But they're not Brett Favre. I'm saying specifically for Brett Favre.
I'm saying Brett Favre is a smart guy. Trust me. look.
The amount of hits to that head, what he does outside of football.
Brett Favre
leads
is the
me
first.
to believe
Brett Favre was the first.
that Brett might not be the
professional football
smartest
player.
man in the world.
Brett Favre was the first professional football player to do what LeBron is doing right now. He was the first professional athlete to do what Brett Favre is doing right. I mean, what LeBron James is doing right now, which is dictate to the owners how much money you are going to get paid by letting them sweat on what you're going to do in the offseason. He is the one who started that amongst athletes. You know who did it after him? Clemens with the Yankees. You know who did it after that? LeBron. I'm telling you, Brett Favre is not an idiot. He's smart.
He's a trailblazer.
He's a trailblazer.
We're going to agree to disagree
He's
on
a
that
trailblazer. Bro.
I don't know Brett Favre, and neither do you.
I mean, I researched
I'm just
this.
saying.
I know.
I just-
Brett Favre. I know Brett. No, I don't know him
You
personally.
don't know him. Stop saying you know
But
him.
let me tell you something. Every Southerner knows once you know any 6'4" white boy from the South, you know them all.
Jesus.
You know them all.
So if someone knows one idiot that's 6'4" from the South, that means that Brett Favre is an idiot from the South because you know them all?
You're not winning this. I mean, it's too many.
I'm just saying.
Brett Favre made $100 million.
Yeah, his
last
agents
two
all. He also
seasons.
had a group of people around him
He-
making money for him. I'm not saying he was a bad football player.
No.
I'm saying I just
You're
don't
saying
think
he's an idiot, and you're comparing
he's
him to
sending
Jameis
dick
Winston.
pics to people like
That's just being old.
He's-
That's
he-
just being old.
hopped up on
When Brett
painkillers
Favre
all
came
the
into the
time.
league, they didn't have pictures on your
constantly
cell
beat
phone.
up in his brain. Have you seen him in
what
this
football
interview?
player is not on dope? On dope. What football player is not on dope?
Not like Brett Favre.
Every football player.
Not like Brett Favre.
Go watch Vice Sports. Go look it up. They talk about it on there. They talk about drugs in sports. Former players.
Not
talk
all of them
about
are
it.
doped up like Brett, though.
Yeah, they all talk about it. They all
Not
talk
like
about it.
Brett.
Yes, they all, bro. They all get a shot when they come into the locker room. Then they start popping the OCs, and that's before they even start practicing. Not to mention when they have to get up in the morning or when they leave the facilities. Yeah, Marcellus Wiley has a great video on there. I forget the other players. Chris Cooley, I believe, has one on
Every
there.
single player in the NFL does this?
Every single player in the NFL does this. This is except maybe the kicker. Okay? The things they have to do to get back on the field, the NFL don't want you to know. That's why it's not on NFL Network. It's on Vice Sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just go find this shit because they don't want you to, which is exactly why we're talking about Jameis Winston, because they don't want nobody to know about it. They keep talking about it at 3 o'clock in the morning. I haven't seen PTI talk about it. Around the Horn hasn't talked about it. Nobody. I'd be,
But the Jameis thing? Yeah, they have.
Around the Horn was talking about it?
Yeah.
When?
Whenever it came out last week.
I
found out about it by watching this.
I found out about it by watching.
I mean, I was reading it, and then it popped up, and they all talked
I
about it.
found out about it by watching Sports Center at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then when I got off of work, I was watching all the shit, the late afternoon
Well,
shit.
Sports
and I
Center
ain't
is probably
seen
a
none of it.
repeat from the rest of the day.
No, Sports Center is not a repeat in the morning, sir.
I found out about it
in
on
the morning.
Twitter.
Early in the morning, it is. It just runs over and over and over again around 2.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago. That's
Either
3
way,
years ago.
I saw it on those shows. But anyways,
think
we both agree that Jameis Winston's an idiot. You love Brett Favre. I'm a Bears fan, and I hate Brett Favre.
And
And then we get to the bottom of the entire situation.
great
So-
Wrangler jeans, though.
You're not going to convince me about Brett Favre because I
I feel
am
like
set in my
sometimes in
ways.
sports, I'm the most objective person in sports because I just really I don't care about these people as far as like, even the team, the players that my team goes up against, I don't give a fuck about them.
Well,
Like,
you're
we beat
also
them-
a
we
New
beat them
England
all the
fan.
time. Well,
You don't get beat up by people all the time, so you don't have
used
as much
to.
more anger against
We used
people.
to. We used to. My childhood was terrible. Okay? Childhood was terrible as a sports fan. I'm a Red Sox fan because I was on a Yankees team that was terrible as a kid. And then, boom.
Yeah, but you saw success from all these teams at some point.
At
in your
some
life.
point, that's called sticking it out.
So that
Alabama
levels out.
was
That
bad.
really levels it out. for
Alabama
you.
was bad.
When you
All my
cut-
teams
when-
was bad.
When you never watch a championship, you have nothing but to hate the people that win championships over
Yeah,
you.
I wasn't watching one either. I mean, I just feel like, I just had objectivity. I like talent so much, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would like Aaron Rodgers if he wasn't an asshole. You know what I'm saying? If he had like the attitude that Brett Favre had, maybe I would like him a little bit more. But he's just an asshole, so I can't even gravitate towards that. It's just, you know what I mean? Ben Roethlisberger, an asshole. You know, he's a talented motherfucker. I might appreciate his talent.
Do you think Ben Roethlisberger's smart?
No.
Okay, good.
Ben Roethlisberger, the quarterback, hugget football.
What?
That's for all my Zach and Miri fans out there. All my real Kevin Smith fans, holla at your boy.
Because of Zach and Mira.
Yeah, he's a hugget, chugging football. Roethlisberger, the quarterback. Y'all know.
Do you watch your team when they're really bad?
I've watched all of them, all the games.
That's what
all
creates
the
the
games.
hate.
Yeah,
that's what creates the pain.
I'm a product of watching terrible football teams.
But the Bears weren't always terrible. They just let you down. To me, that's not terrible. That's just like
They were never great. They were never great. 85 Bears, I was too young.
Right.
The Bears in my lifetime.
By the way, they weren't really.
The Brian
We
Urlacher.
went to
They
the
were
Super
great
Bowl.
on defense.
We went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman, okay? That was the best team that I watched.
That was a great team.
The defense was great.
great
That was
defense.
not a great team.
Yeah, they
was a
had a
great
great
half a
running
team.
game.
We had no passing game
None.
whatsoever. Devin Hester,
Had-
our special teams got us to the Super Bowl with our defense.
Devin Hester.
That's not a good football
Devin
team.
Hester,
That's true.
Devin Hester was probably
We had
lost.
Thomas
he
Jones.
probably
Thomas Jones was
lost-
great, but
Devin
still.
Hester probably
That's
lost
it.
3 years of his career by being there as when he got there because they didn't have an actual quarterback to develop him.
Well,
as
Devin
a wide
Hester's
receiver.
in the Hall of Fame because he was on the Bears during those years.
He's in the Hall of Fame because he's not just because of the Bears.
That's where he scored all his touchdowns.
He went on to go to 2 other teams and score those the rest of those touchdowns.
Not many.
Those are
Not on the Falcons. He didn't do anything.
He
And then he went-
definitely
and then
did.
he went where?
He definitely. I watched the highlights when they were
Dude, the
talking.
majority of his touchdowns
It was
are
like
definitely with the Bears,
85%
man.
on the Bears.
Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't. I said, but he did get the rest of them somewhere else. The
rest of them was like
wasn't
two.
like he would have. Let me tell you like this: he wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame if he went somewhere else and didn't get any touchdowns.
I think he would still be in the Hall of Fame.
I'm going to tell you that right now. He would not have been in the Hall of Fame if he went somewhere else and never scored another touchdown off of special teams ever again. He wouldn't have been.
Is he officially in the Hall of Fame?
I don't
He's
know
in.
if
He's
if
being
he's
inducted, I
official. Yeah,
believe.
he'll-
I want to see. I want to hear that speech from a punt returner.
But my point.
How he can, qualify himself to be amongst the greats.
I mean, he broke every record.
No.
Every,
He is
every
the best
return
at
touchdown.
I mean,
ever,
all he had was
probably.
who was his name? What was his name? Some Hall from Kansas City. That was the only competition that he
D'Angelo
had.
Hall.
No, Dante Hall
Hall.
from Kansas City. That was the only competition that he had. It wasn't no. He's the first person to do something because nobody else was doing it like that, and because he didn't have the ability. My whole point to get any kind of reps as a wide receiver because his quarterback was Rex Grossman, and he couldn't get any kind of development.
And he wasn't that good of a wide receiver either.
How can you be a good wide receiver when the person who's predominantly throwing you the ball is Rex Grossman, and then the next guy who's throwing you the ball is Kevin Orton, and then the next guy, Kyle Orton, and then the next guy after that is Jay Cutler.
He didn't have great hands though.
Yeah. He could catch it coming down.
Let me tell you
but
something.
Not coming
Terrell
straight.
Owens didn't have great hands when he first came into the league, but guess who his quarterback was? Steve Young. When you got somebody who's like that throwing you the ball,
Oh, a good
you're gonna
quarterback definitely
eventually
would have
be able
helped.
to get better.
Would have helped.
You'll be able to get better.
We
And
watched him drop a lot of balls.
when you're dropping balls that are over your head, behind you, in front of you too far, it's a difference. When you got to dive for balls and drop them, I feel like it's a little different. They don't
Yeah.
put that stat next to your drops either.
That's true.
Oh, this one was an overthrown. How many overthrows did you catch? How many overthrows did you drop? That's what they should put in there instead of these damn newfangled analytics like Roar.
Yeah, there needs to be
and all that
catches and then
gay-ass shit.
crazy catches.
Crazy catch stat. I need that. Where are the cool stats?
Yeah.
So let me move on to my next topic.
What is it?
Fuck analytics, people. Where are the cool stats at? Have y'all heard of this WAR statistic that the baseball analytics people have come
Walks and
Yeah.
runs.
up with? Right. It's
Is it? I don't
whack
know. That was a
ass reporting is what I'm gonna call it. Like,
yeah, everyone kind of like shakes their head at and when it brings up the fucking.
It's lazy reporting,
So
man.
stupid.
These reporters have gotten so lazy. They don't know any of the players anymore. They don't know. They pretend like they know.
Wins above replacement.
Wins above replacement.
Whack ass reporting. We're going with that.
Whack ass or whack ass reporting.
But yeah, man, they're just lazy, man. I don't know if y'all see it, but they don't know these players. Motherfuckers be talking about basketball players and be like, so and so and so on. What team did he play? Has he ever scored more than 20 points in a game? I don't know.
No, it's like figuring out like the plus minus and shit like that in basketball
Right.
and having that equate a player's like skill level and stuff like that.
It's just everyone has the same stats, and then someone punches it into a calculator differently and comes up with a number.
Yeah.
To come up with their reasoning to say their point.
Which is why I call it fake math.
Sure.
Because it's like, I mean, I can say like, if James and Marcus go outside and smoke a blunt of
James
5
will throw
grams,
up.
will James throw up 3 ounces of, like, what do these numbers have to do with anything? None of this has anything to do with anything. Like, and then they just add shit, and they go, well, we're going to call that stat, he has a big dick stat.
You know what my theory is? ESPN and all these networks are trying to take over, be the number one face of sports, that they need to talk about every single player at any given time. So instead of having one reporter for every team and letting that person report on everything, there's no way one person can watch every single game, so they have to come up with a spreadsheet and come up with a statistical thing just to say, like, I know everything there is to know about everyone because I have this Excel file open and I can point directly to the value of a player.
Right. And that's another thing. It's like, why are we relying on the reporters to tell us the value of a player based on a statistic? We should be watching the game.
I would love to watch every single game.
See, I'm just saying, like, watch the game, see what happens. And you're right, ESPN fired a shit ton of people that used to go focus on one team. Used to go, now Ed Warner. Now we're gonna go to what's her name? Justine. Now we're gonna go over here to no more. We go to one bitch, and that's whatever team is popping.
Yep.
They got rid of Jaworski. You like Ron Jaworski?
I'm like so indifferent with him. I don't care for him.
He's got a weird voice.
He does. Yeah. He definitely.
He used to be like a badass.
Really? Well, what do you mean a badass?
I mean, like, he was like a quarterback you probably wouldn't have fucked with. Like, when he was a quarterback and playing, you probably wouldn't have said that shit to him. You probably wouldn't have said that shit to him. He would have probably knocked you the fuck out. I was
not aware of that.
He was called Jaws. He was called, his nickname is Jaws. Not because he talked all goddamn time. Knock your ass the fuck out. No, I think it is because he talks a lot.
Yeah.
He talks a lot of shit too. Like Phillip Rivers. Would you run up on Phillip Rivers? Nope.
No. Phillip Rivers is big,
You better
man.
not run up on that Alabama boy. You get knocked
Was
the
he
fuck out.
6'6"?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, bruh.
Oh, I'm sorry, Phillip, for saying Jesus, by the way.
Another quarterback that I like, in spite of the fact that I hate his team. I like Phillip Rivers.
You don't like the Chargers?
Oh, no. Well,
Chargers are dark horse this year. Everyone's talking about the Chargers.
They are the dark horse every
The Chargers
year.
winning that division.
they are, man. DJ Fluker going to be healthy as a motherfucker this year. It's going to be, it's going to be hard dealing with them. They got a running back. They don't have a tight end right now.
That poor Hunter Henry. Tore his ACL.
I was really excited for Hunter Henry.
Is Gates going to actually come back?
I don't know.
It's a possibility.
They're talking to him.
He'll-
Hey, real quick,
So,
while we're still
wait.
on the NFL.
What you got?
Well, before we move on, because
Yeah.
since this is the, I'm gonna cross the NBA with the NFL. LiAngelo Ball did not get drafted.
Oh, did you guys watch his workout video? I watched the whole thing.
No.
I don't know why I watched the
Scouting
whole thing.
report? Eye test?
I watched the full
Hold
10
on.
and a half minutes of
We're not
it.
gonna get into that. Don't get that report because I
Yeah.
just want to because this is
Just before we get into
because so in light of the fact LiAngelo is like 6'4", 230, 220.
moves like he's 300.
I'm thinking we need to put another about 20 pounds on him.
Oh God.
Get
NFL.
Shannon Sharp.
Oh.
Get Shannon Sharp. They in LA. Hey, let's get him a little training. Let's get that boy in the NFL, man.
Does he play football? Did he play football at all?
He did play football.
Yeah.
And I think we can get him a little, man, we put that body on him, boy. You know what I'm saying? We can get that boy in some shape.
That dude would get.
He would get
fat
fucked
contract.
up.
No, he would get fucked up every single play. They would target him.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
They would.
Jimmy Graham, Antonio Gates. I mean, these are ex-basketball players who went over to the NFL, literally had barely played any football, and dominated the NFL.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he is fast for an NFL player. For a tight end, he's fast. He's not fast for an NBA player, running up and down the court, da-da-da-da. But guess what? Guess what you don't do in football? Run the whole goddamn time.
Shoot a basketball.
Shoot a basketball. Guess what he's good at?
Fuck, that dude
Guess
can't
what he's
shoot
good
a
at?
basketball.
Screens.
He looks like he's good at screens.
Seen him do a lot of screens when he was at UCLA. He was some screening.
Yeah.
Didn't get to shoot that much at UCLA. That's why they got him out of there. That's the real reason they got him.
He made me feel like I could try out for an NBA basketball team watching that. I was like, man, I think we could actually at least show up, because if that's what you have
Master
to do,
P did.
you could at least show up.
Master P tried out. You could try out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can buy into a tryout.
But you can only do it once, right?
You can buy into a tryout. I don't know if you can only do it once or if you can only do it once with one team.
Oh.
But it's like I don't know how much it is exactly. I don't want to give out a fake number, but it's like in the thousands of dollars to get to buy in, or $1,000 to buy in on your tryout, on the look.
Well.
What was your takeaway from his 10-minute workout video?
Man. Listen.
Wait, we're saving that for the NBA.
Oh, okay.
Go to your topic that you was about to
Oh, I
go
just want to talk about the top 10 NFL players voted by the players. Have you guys seen them?
Are we officially moving?
I just wrote the
Are we
top
officially
10.
moving? Hold on.
This
For
NFL.
NFL.
Still.
I'm on the NFL.
NFL.
Have you guys looked at the list at all?
No.
Oh, yeah. Because
Yeah.
Tom Brady's a number.
Of course, yeah.
Tom Brady's number one.
But
Second season in a row.
There's some interesting things happening here.
Second season in a row.
Because
Is
it's
number
fucking
one.
Tom Brady. Yeah, he's the greatest of all time. Shocker. Number 2 was Antonio Brown. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Number 3.
Continue.
Can I get the list out?
No, I was surprised that you were fine with that.
Antonio Brown's
It's all right,
awesome.
bro.
Second best player in the league. Continue.
I would pick Le'Veon Bell before him.
Continue.
Number 3 is Carson Wentz.
See, to me, why is that not the second best player? The runner-up to MVP last year was Carson
He
Wentz.
probably got penalized for being injured half the year.
They won a Super Bowl without him.
He tore his ACL, and they didn't win a Super Bowl without him because I believe he won the majority of
How
the
many
games.
years in the league has Carson Wentz been?
He won 10 games.
But he didn't win.
One.
His second
One or
year.
two? Second year. Second one. Yeah.
He won 10 games. So without him, they don't win 10 games and they don't get to the Super Bowl. I hate when people say they went to the Super Bowl without him.
Wait, so
No,
you
they
did not.
won the Super Bowl.
you
without
think
him.
he should be higher on the list?
You can't get to the Super Bowl. You
Wait.
can't win the Super Bowl without getting there.
You think he should be
Obviously.
higher? You think
he should have been
number 2?
He should have been 2. He should have been 2.
That's crap.
He should have been 2.
That's a little crazy to me.
He should have been 2.
I think he's way too high. He's way too high.
Should have been 2. Who's 4?
Julio Jones.
He should be 3.
Le'Veon
He's
Bell.
better than Antonio Brown. Oh my God. He is. That's why he's holding out right
That's debatable.
now.
That's debatable. It's debatable.
It ain't no debate. That's why. Look, it ain't gonna be no
Debatable.
debate. It ain't
Those are
gonna
the
be
2
no
best wide
debate.
receivers in the league.
But it won't be no debate when preseason start. When y'all see Julio Jones still ain't playing, and them niggas have to pay him $120 million.
That they can't afford, I don't think.
They gonna have to pay somebody. Oh, they can afford it, brother.
With Matt Ryan and Devontae Freeman's contracts?
Don't let them cry broke on you.
Matt
Don't let-
Ryan and Devontae
you
Freeman
see the
aren't
saving
even
that they just
close in like the top 20
Did you
on
just
this
see what
list
the-
either. And those guys are getting paid so much money,
Yeah.
it's insane.
Did you see? That's the thing. It ain't got nothing to do with the money. The reason that the players want, that's why Julio Jones wants his money, because he's saying, yo, the market has changed. Now all these other players are getting more. They're not as good as me. You need to pay me according to scale.
Listen, I'm not arguing that Julio Jones is bad. He's one of my players that I brought up.
The
that's
argument is
instantly pass
he's
T.O.
better.
on the all-time greatest wide
wow.
receiver list in 4 years.
He could if he plays long enough. He could. He could.
Obviously,
and if he gets a better quarterback,
17 years.
If he gets a real quarterback, I'm sorry, I'm very passionate
number
today,
5,
and I fucking can't stand that.
Number 5 is Le'Veon Bell.
Yay!
Number
my guy.
6, Todd Gurley.
Okay.
7, Aaron Donald.
Oh, Rams. Is he on the Rams still?
He's on the Rams. He's probably the best defensive tackle in the game.
Sure.
Number
I like
8.
He's the
Khalil
only
Mack.
defensive player you've named.
Number
I like
8, who
Khalil
I think
Mack.
should be ahead of Carson Wentz, is Drew Brees. Drew Brees is awesome. He's on shit fucking teams.
Bro,
and he's
have
awesome.
you seen Drew Brees is awesome, but he has lost it. He has lost zip on the ball. He has lost.
Well, he's getting up there. He's
He's
getting
lost
up there.
that. He used to have his
He
little.
can't get it far anymore.
He used to have this beautiful rainbow on his ball. To your point, can't get it far because he has the ones where the rainbow's gone and the zip is gone, so he can't get it on a line anymore, and he can't just fucking Hail Mary it anymore. He's more of a dink and dunker, became more of a dink and dunker like in week 3 last year because the first 2 games he was struggling getting the ball down deep. Also starting to see kind of a situation like that with Aaron Rodgers, although I think he really never recovered from his first collarbone injury, which is why I believe he's
the best thing the Bears ever did was
he
fuck up Aaron Rodgers.
He struggled the last 2 years in the first 4 games, and I think it's because that rotator cuff never really healed from the first time he broke it.
Yeah, maybe not.
If you were starting a team today,
Yeah.
for one season,
Yeah.
are you saying you'd rather have Drew Brees than Carson Wentz?
Starting
fully
right
healthy,
now?
fully healthy.
Drew Brees in his prime?
No,
No, right now, but fully healthy.
Oh, right now I take the younger Carson Wentz.
Exactly, man.
Right.
Don't be
Who was number 9?
Von Miller.
Von Miller.
Von hanging in there.
Yeah. Number 10, Aaron Rodgers. Everyone's
Solid
complaining that Aaron
list.
Rodgers is too low on this list.
I'm not. He's been decent. He's been a.
I might take Aaron Rodgers over Carson Wentz. to be
I
quite
probably would too.
I'm not. Y'all are just not seeing what I've been seeing.
I see him
these
too
last
much,
few years.
But
man.
Aaron Rodgers
but
has done
against
it
your
before.
honest.
team.
And I hate him.
That's against your team. Your scale
still-
cannot be on your team because your team has been bad the last 3 years.
No, I'm saying I watch him all the
I know,
time.
but you see him
and
the
I have a
most
bunch of stupid
against-
Packer fan friends that I have to watch these games too. It
Right,
sucks.
so then you get it, he's even more ballooned up for you. His whole persona is more ballooned up for
Wait,
you.
I don't think I'm a crazy person because I think Aaron Rodgers
You've
is a
seen
great
too much
quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers
No,
to
it's
have an
just like
opinion
he's-
there.
all the games he sees him in, he's going to be amazing in because he's playing against the Bears twice. And then he has to.
That's fair. That's fair.
what I'm saying.
But I also watch him in other games too.
and
I have, I get the NFL package.
Nice, dude.
I'm just saying, Aaron Rodgers.
I'm a fantasy guy. So.
then if
I
you're-
watch a lot of garbage.
Then we can go back to the last question from last week, then, because that's great. Because I think that's why he's at number 10. The NFL, the players agree with me. They say this dude is just not
a
as
guy.
good as y'all keep trying to make him.
Yeah.
You know, if he was as good as y'all say he is, then why hasn't he been able to take a really talented wide receiver core to the Super Bowl since his last Super Bowl? Why is he 5-6 with the quite possibly the most talented wide receiver core in the league since he's been in
McCarthy's
last
kind
Super
of a
Bowl?
shit coach too.
I don't wanna hear that. He was the coach that got him to the Super
I'm not
Bowl.
trying to give him excuses by any means. Aaron Rodgers has problems in the playoffs.
Aaron Rodgers
And if it
is
wasn't
a below
for,
500 quarterback.
A Hail Mary to that tight end, his record would be even worse.
That's right. Tell him.
Who was
Tell
it?
him.
I forget what his name was, but
If it wasn't for a bad blown catch call
Yeah.
in the Dallas
Oh,
game,
Yeah.
he would his record.
Oh
even-
yeah, that was
he
the
would be-
Des Bobble,
he would
right?
be- He
They
would be
reversed it.
3
and 7, yeah.
Hey, don't forget about that NFC Championship game against the Bears. Jay Cutler doesn't get hurt. That's a different game, my friend.
Was that before? That
2
was
and
before,
9.
that was after the Super Bowl. Yeah, that was
No, that got him to the Super
got
Bowl.
him to the Super Bowl. So he might not even have a Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's all I'm
Fuck.
saying.
Can't
Fuck
see me.
Aaron
You can't
Rodgers.
see me, people. But this
Sucks.
is me.
I'm glad we talked about
I am
that.
out here praising myself right now. Got my hands up.
He does. He has his hands
Got
up.
my hands up. Put your hands up.
So
right now.
glad
If you
we
wanna
don't
be-
have a
If
camera
you
on
really
right
feeling
now.
me
It's
and
really
you feeling like
embarrassing
Aaron
for
Rodgers
everybody
is straight
involved.
garbage, put your goddamn hands up.
Joel Osteen, everybody, on the podcast.
All right. So we got to move on quick here because I am on a time crunch.
Let's get it. Let's do
And
it.
I think it's time.
For the NBA!
Boom, shakalaka! Very much.
From downtown.
Roll Tide. Oh no.
Oh, yeah, it's not, wrong game, wrong game.
He's on
They don't say that in any terrible thing.
All right, well, let's get right to the award. You guys watch the award show? I didn't get to watch it. I just watched it on silent.
I did.
Award show music.
I was saying what that was. I was so confused.
He's heating up.
I thought we were going into another segue. Or something.
I got to see my favorite player of all time give a speech that I could not understand. Dikembe Mutombo won
I
the
saw him
Craig
up there.
Sager.
I couldn't hear what he was saying, but that suit he was wearing was something else, man.
Congratulations.
Well, that's the jacket they gave him as a trophy. He had
Oh,
a
I
regular
thought it had something to do with
jacket.
like Craig
Life
Sager.
terms.
No,
Like-
yeah, that's like
It's the Craig
trophy.
Sager Award. Yeah, he won the Craig Sager Award.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's what I figured was happening.
Right. Yeah,
And,
they call it the Craig Sager Award because, they give away the jacket. That's stupid. I think that's dumb.
He looks like an idiot. I think it's tacky.
Right.
Just
If Craig was alive, he wouldn't do that. Because Craig be like, yo,
yeah.
you jacking my
That's my
style,
thing.
son.
Yeah.
I'll have to see you about some ducats for that. That's how Craig talked, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all know that?
Yeah.
Off camera. That's
Off
how he
camera,
talked.
Yeah, they called him Buckeye Craig.
Yeah, he's Buckeye Craig. You don't know. You don't know. It ain't Buckeye. He's Peachtree City Craig. Shout out to Peachtree City. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was very proud of Dikembe Mutombo because he's been doing this. He's been building hospitals ever since he's been playing for the
Yeah.
76ers.
Yeah.
For the National Republic of Congo.
Mhm.
Did I say that right?
Republic
so.
of Congo. Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yeah.
That's something like that.
DR.
Is that
Yeah.
what you said?
Democratic Republic of Congo. Yeah.
And
Geography.
James Harden could have took maybe a lesson on speech writing.
Humiliation?
I didn't hear all of his speech, but I liked
Humility?
what he said
Is
with
that
his
what I was
mom.
gonna say? That's what I was trying
That was nice. That was
He
nice.
could've-
He gave all the credit to his mother. That was
Yeah,
all
he
right.
said it like this. He said, and my mom. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's
My mom. She's here.
she's
What?
everything.
What happened before that part? 'Cause I didn't hear the whole
He was
speech.
just naming random names and just like,
He
I
was-
gotta thank this person, that person. Who am I forgetting? Him, her, Daryl Morey. Oh, and my mom.
The bitch I fucked on the way here.
Maybe he was hot because of that cow robe. he
That
was wearing.
motherfucker was high and drunk.
Dude,
That's what he was. The whole Rockets team was there.
The whole show was building up to this MVP moment.
Yeah.
And he just like phones it. I don't know. It was definitely a letdown to a build up.
Well, speaking of letdowns.
How did you guys feel
Well,
about
I guess his whole
him
season
winning
was a
the
letdown.
MVP?
What was that?
How did you guys feel about him winning the MVP?
I feel like
I thought Anthony
This
Davis
is-
or LeBron James could have been better candidates.
Anthony Davis,
honestly-
no votes.
No votes?
No
No
first
first place votes?
First place votes.
Listen.
That's pretty crazy.
let me just
Like
explain.
Harden won in a
something.
landslide. LeBron had like 14
I feel
votes,
like
maybe.
I feel like LeBron James couldn't have won because of the place that his team
Yeah,
seeded.
it's a regular season award.
Regular
Right.
season award. In my opinion, if you gave it to Russ last year, they should have gave it to Russ this year, just based on the numbers. His team won one game more than they won last year. I mean, shit, and he placed better. They placed better than they placed last year. I feel like
Where did OKC end up? The 7th seed
I thought they were the 6th.
or 6?
Six.
San Antonio was 7,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They wanted to be the 7th
Yeah.
because they wanted to go up against
Yeah.
Golden
Rockets.
State.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
Golden
Golden
State
State, yeah.
was a better matchup for them than the Rockets,
Yeah.
and better than Utah,
Yeah.
as it turns out.
As it turns out. Rookie of the year, Ben Simmons. How do you guys feel about that over Mitchell?
It's in the rules. He didn't play a game his rookie year, so he's officially a rookie this year. It's a triple-double machine.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's how Blake Griffin won it.
Yeah.
So-
I would have given it to Donovan Mitchell only because I value scoring the most in the NBA because you need to score to win games.
What was Philadelphia's seed?
3.
They were
6?
2. No, they were the 3. They were the 3.
No, 3. Toronto,
and
Boston,
what was and Utah was the 4.
Yeah.
So it's just math.
So we have an MVP that doesn't win a championship, a coach that got fired,
Oh my god.
a rookie of the year that can't shoot a basketball,
And wasn't a rookie.
and wasn't even a rookie.
But the coach shouldn't have got fired though.
no, I know.
We said that, I believe, when he got fired, that we didn't believe it was his fault.
The coach didn't need to get fired. They needed to make roster changes.
They had 2 rookies guarding LeBron James during the.
It was laughable. It was insane what was going on. there.
Well, come on.
That was nuts. That was nuts.
That's the GM's fault.
Yeah.
The GM just fired the coach because he has no one else to fire.
Yeah.
Your talent is
got to
the-
blame someone.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to mention that guy is a terrible GM. Go look him up. His track record is
telling me.
terrible. It's terrible.
So now that Dwayne Casey is the coach of the Detroit Pistons, do the
Yes.
Detroit Pistons make the playoffs next year?
Yes.
Yes.
They were
agree.
very close to making
Yeah,
it this year.
they almost made it this year.
We all thought they were going to make it
and
this year.
and they almost made it with a
Reggie
new
Jackson.
addition to their team, and they needed to learn how to play with each other. And Reggie Jackson was hurt the majority of
Yeah,
the
the
year too.
majority of the year. I think that they would have made the playoffs if Reggie had been in 10 games, 20 games.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what's his name?
Blake Griffin,
No,
Andre Drummond,
not a player.
Ish Smith, Stan Van Gundy.
Stan Van Gundy.
Not a player.
Might not have gotten fired.
yeah. If they make the playoffs, he probably doesn't get fired.
Right.
You know, you can't fire. A guy.
I mean, that he would have made the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years.
yeah.
So that would have probably kept him his job. But I don't know. They fire a guy like that. Must have been some bad blood there in the front
Van
office.
Gundy, you know there was bad
You know he
blood
was cussing people out in the front
somewhere.
office and
Exactly.
shit.
Come on.
But you know, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
We're gonna go on to.
Hey,
Can I
quick
ask one
shout
quick-
out!
one
Quick shout out to Victor Oladipo, most improved player.
I was going to ask you. I feel like that award is kind of a slap in the face. I feel like no one wants to win that award.
No, he does because
It
he worked his
depends
ass
on the
off.
circumstances.
Paul George wanted to win it because he was coming off of the broken leg.
Okay.
And then Oladipo wanted to win it because he proved
traded.
everybody fucking wrong, and he worked his ass off. And
He was known
deserved
as a
it.
bust until
Exactly.
Until
He's
this
being
year.
tossed around like a
So
rag
if
doll.
you come off an injury or you switch teams, you want that award.
Yes, because you know what you want? That money.
and that means
That money.
yeah, that means you're on a new level, a
Okay.
new playing ground. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
you
I think
want-
that was great for Victor.
You don't want to have averaged 20 points and then win most improved player of the year the next year.
Right. yeah. And I mean, any award,
You
too,
kinda look
for
at that
someone
one
like Victor Oladipo that's in a league with LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, all these guys that will obviously, James Harden, Westbrook, that will win most valuable player,
Yeah.
most likely, to get that award, that's as good as it's going to get.
I feel like most improved player, it doesn't matter what award it is. If you win an award as an NBA player, you love it.
Yeah.
What about this? Do you want to win multiple Six Man of the Year awards?
Yes.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because the NBA is one of the few leagues that pays you for what you've done
Sure.
in the past. If you got 6 NBA Six Man of the Years, well, that's 12 reasons why you got to give me $20 million a year. You know,
Yeah.
that's a reason you got to keep. Now you're looked at as a locker room guy. You know, like there's this player. I forgot the baseball player's name.
Lou Williams won that, right?
Yep. His second.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why I don't remember this guy's name, but baseball player had his 200 and something start on 12 teams or something like that.
Yeah.
Yesterday from the Nationals. He plays for he plays for the Marlins now. And yeah, he plays for the Marlins now. And he used to play for the Nationals. He's played for the Nationals twice, as a matter of fact. And he's had winning streaks at all these places that he's gone to. This motherfucker is great, right? People are like, oh, man, he's all right. He might be, he's been on 13 teams in 14 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, that's not great. I'm like, that is amazing. That is amazing.
That's a long career.
If you can be on a team, and I'm sure that number I just said was wrong, but it's something like 12 years and 10 teams.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he's been to one of them twice. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, the guy, if you can have a career like that in any sport, man, you want that shit. You want those kind of longevity numbers because that's the kind of numbers that get you into the Hall of Fame.
True. I get.
No, yeah.
My whole thought process is like you get six-man award so many times, but you're still not good enough to get in the starting lineup.
Right, but you could be in a situation like Jamal Crawford, or Manu Ginobili, where people recognize that your talent would put you on a starting role on another team, but you are on a championship team or a contending team because you're coming off the bench, because of your numbers off the bench. And even though you're coming off the bench, you're getting 20, 22 points a game, something like that.
I feel you.
I feel like those kinds of guys are what's missed in the NBA, because today's league, when we grew up watching the NBA, most players on the bench had 4 to 5 years experience on the bench, average. Now it's about 1 to 2 years average off the bench. Like, the guys who are coming off the bench don't have enough experience to make a team a championship team, which is why the real reason why we have super teams. It seems like we have super teams. We just got good players who don't want to play with bad players.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
The rest of the league's talent is terrible. Talent pool's down.
I think we should get rid of 2 teams.
What?
Let's get rid.
I'm trying to get 2 more teams.
It would just be 2 shitty more teams with all these super teams.
I think we just need to move 2 teams from where they are.
Sure, Charlotte and
No, not Charlotte. Charlotte needs to stay where it is.
Nets.
Nope. Toronto.
Raptors. Remember the Raptors.
I forgot.
Toronto.
Yeah, you're right.
We need to dissolve Toronto and move them to Seattle.
Yep.
And then we need to take Memphis and put them in the East Coast. That's always bothered the fuck out of me that they are in the Western
That's
Conference.
bizarre.
It's not bizarre. It's intentional. They don't want. They were Vancouver Grizzlies before, and they don't want them in the East changing the balance of power. Because for the past 10 years, the Memphis Grizzlies made the playoffs like 10 times in a row. Like, actually,
they've had some good squads.
the last 2 years they haven't made the playoffs, but that's because they've been tanking. They got hurt and then started tanking in the beginning of the season, like the last 2 years. But in all honesty, that's an amazing franchise that should be in the East. And if they were in the East, they'd probably been in the 6 straight finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, just being honest.
Let's keep it real.
The Zebo days and
Marc Gasol,
Tony
Allen, Mike Conley.
Come on, man. That would have been ridiculous. Yeah. When Vince Carter was there for a stint. I think he was only there 1 year, but that team still went to the playoffs. Second round, I think. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's the one thing I would do. People keep saying that we need to get rid of the conferences. I don't feel like we need to necessarily do that.
I would hate that.
We just need to get rid of the bad teams, dissolve some of them, move them over, give Seattle a great basketball town, back their team.
Give it back. Come on.
Supersonics, baby. The green and yellow, baby.
Yeah, man.
I need to see it.
Gary Payton.
I miss it.
GP. Make GP the coach.
That would be great.
He's coaching the Big 3 right now.
I know. He's doing pretty decent.
Speaking of the victory, so Nate Robinson.
Gotta love him.
So I was watching the highlights of Nate. So if anyone didn't watch, who was the guy with the Joker mask? McCants?
Rashad McCants, yeah.
Rashad McCants wears a Joker mask.
And a Thanos glove.
And a Thanos glove. And they won last year, right? They're the defending champions. So if anyone hasn't watched the Big 3 games, they played to 50. So Nate Robinson hit the winning shot and then ran to the bench, the bench to grab the mask, and a big fake NBA basketball fight broke out wherever all these old school players kept popping in. Used to really fight in the NBA. Steven Jackson jumped.
This
in,
was a real
and the fight
fight.
was over.
No,
Kenyon
it
Martin.
wasn't. You're forgetting
I did.
Who really jumped in and then it was over.
Kenyon Martin's mom.
Kenyon Martin's mom.
Oh yeah, Kenny Martin's yelling at his mother to like go back to
never seen that
that
shit in basketball history.
That's so embarrassing.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
But what's more embarrassing is during Nate's interview, they're interviewing him and his stat line pops up. His stat line is 3 points,
What?
1 assist, and 1 rebound.
Oh, no,
That's
that was the
all he
halftime
did.
one. That was the halftime.
What's that?
That was the halftime stat line.
That was it?
Yeah.
Because he came in balled out.
Oh,
in,
did
in
he?
the second half.
He scored a lot.
Oh, everyone
And
was...
he's the reason they won.
Oh, I thought those
why
were
he
his
went
final
s-
his stats.
No, that was his
that-
final stats. It
What
was the first half.
What were his final stats?
I don't know.
But he
There's-
hit
Wait,
like
in the interview, he was literally talking about the altercation.
No, yeah, because they had been jawing at each other for the whole first half.
Yeah.
like there was like some fouling.
yeah, man. They play
Sean
rough
McCann's.
in the Big Three, bro. It's just like the old school NBA in the Big Three.
It's a lot of pissed off guys.
Yeah, like I should still be playing.
Real quick, I heard this somewhere else, but Chauncey Billups was in the running to be Cleveland's coach, I think, last year. GM decided against it and is now playing in the Big Three.
Yep. He was playing in the Big
everyone's
Three.
playing the Big
He was
Three.
playing in the Big Three at the time.
Oh, okay,
He
never
actually missed 2 games because he was interviewing back and forth.
So he thought that Big
He
Three was
knew Kyrie was going to leave. I can show you the YouTube video where he was on the jump
and he was
last year, and he was like, well, talk. You know how Chauncey talk. You know how it was. I was out there. And let's just say, how do we know that Kyrie likes playing LeBron? I was like, what? Oh,
They
hell no.
already did his job for him.
Right. He was like, I don't want to go somewhere and get blamed for Kyrie leaving.
Yeah.
Because he knew Kyrie was leaving. He knew that relationship wasn't that good.
Good for him.
Good for him. Foresight. Shout out to
you
people
guys
not
listened
taking
to-
bad jobs.
you guys listened to
Steve
the
Kerr
Kyrie
not
interview?
taking.
On the someone Emmons podcast.
Oh, I did.
yeah, it's good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill
great.
Simmons, he's not real.
Can we say Bill Simmons as much as we want?
Yeah. We can.
All right, Bill Simmons'
Shout out to Bill
podcast is
Simmons and
great.
shout out to
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport.
Nice. Those are good.
Yeah,
shout-outs.
those are great
Great.
podcasts that you should listen
Those
to if
are.
you don't.
Shout out to Carl and Priscilla today too. I did lunch with them. They say hello to everybody.
Right. Shout out to Carl.
I told them I'll give them a shout out.
We got to get him to be our studio audience one day.
Oh, that would be great. Carl laughs at everything. I'd love it.
I should have told Marcus, you can laugh.
Yeah, he's been
Shout
so
out to
quiet.
Marcus.
Dude, he can
Shout out to
talk.
Marcus.
Marcus is here. Well, he was here, but he just stepped out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alex.
Shout out to Alex.
He left. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he's back there.
He might be in his room. Yo,
Yo, shout out to Alex.
He's still here.
See, he knows.
Yeah. All right, I gotta wrap it up.
Shout out to Lucy.
Shout out to Lucy. Oh, she'll
Shout
really
out
appreciate that one.
to Sarah. Shout out to Chris James.
Chris James.
I almost said Chris
We
Jones.
will be getting you your prizes at some point.
Look, you can go in the refrigerator right now. What is in there?
A 40.
Is the 40 waiting for it?
2 Colt 45.
Cool 45s. That will be gone by tomorrow morning.
No, they've been in there. They've been in there for like 2 months. Like I mean,
They age like a fine wine, I hear, so
I
it should
mean-
be good.
no, they haven't been in there for 2 months.
Yeah.
They've been in there however long 2 months was.
Yeah. And just real quick for the record, Devin Hester total 20 touchdowns in his career. 18, I believe, of those were with the Chicago Bears.
I was close.
some.
I said 85%.
Yeah.
No, you said 2. You said
Just to
2
give
of
you
them were
some-
with somebody else, and I was like, yeah, you're right.
It might even be 19 of them with the Bears. He may have only scored one more touchdown after he left the Bears. Just
But
for
if he didn't get that one,
no
bye-bye Hall of Fame. Bye-bye Hall of Fame.
Bye.
Well, he would have only been at
19.
That would have been the
18.
record.
You said 18. You just looked it up.
What's that?
You just looked it up and said 18.
No, I
Now
said
it
he
jumped
either
to
scored
19.
2 in Atlanta or 1 in Atlanta. So
Two.
he either had 18 or 19 with the
He
Bears.
scored 2 in Atlanta. I'm pretty positive. I just remember watching this on SportsCenter when they announced that he was getting into the Hall of Fame. I was like,
Okay.
wow.
So he had 18 touchdowns
18
with the
and 2.
Bears. Yeah. So if
Solid
he
numbers.
if he ended his career with the Bears, he still would be in the Hall of Fame.
Not according to the writers and the people who vote. This is what they said. I'm repeating what they said, and I just happen to agree with them. Like,
he would go down as the second greatest kickoff returner of all time. That's in the Hall of Fame.
Second greatest.
Well, the third and the fourth and the fifth are all in there too.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just telling you what they said, and not to mention, he was a wide receiver that underperformed. That has to go. All your stats go into the Hall of Fame, not just one. That was part of the argument.
Yeah, as a wide receiver, he doesn't get it.
Well, I'm just saying, but that was a part of the argument is that all your stats go in, not just one stat. So
those are the big ones.
If he didn't get those, but whatever. To me, it's
shout out to Devin Hester.
Shout out to Devin Hester. He got paid.
He made it to the show.
He tricked white people to pay him to do one thing for a very long time. Like I didn't know he was still in the league when he got traded.
He was on Seattle for a second.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Did anyone know he was there?
When he was with Atlanta, I was like, yo, dude, is he still playing? Did he come out of retirement?
No.
No, he was still playing.
He was playing.
So shout out to him.
Yep.
And also shout out to you retiring long enough somehow to be getting into the Hall of Fame. I didn't even know you were retired long enough to do that. But
yeah,
2 big surprises. You motherfuckers need to go.
I don't know if he's officially in it yet.
No, I think he can get his eligibility.
Now he's eligible to
and he
voted
can.
In?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which he's going to get.
Way to go, Devin Hester. Because I feel like he can still come back and probably returns and get it.
He's going to get in. I'm not saying he's not going to get in. Also shout out to Terrell Owens, who's going in. Shout out to Randy Moss, going in. You know what I'm saying? I got to give the ones going.
Yeah.
Brian Urlacher.
There you go.
Getting in.
Bears.
And shout out to y'all getting in.
The listeners.
The listeners.
Thanks for
you
listening.
Motherfuckers are the shit. And the boo-boo.
And the boo-boo.
We out.
Hey, boo-boo.
It just clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over again. They just not gonna want that. Think of a deeper metaphor there? Run through a motherfucker face. Then you don't have to worry about them.
Still bumping pigs when they walking up with the flashlight. And every time they gonna tell me, turn that shit off. Wouldn't offend you if you